Happy Halloween, folks. I'm currently hiding out at the back of the house with all the lights switched on to stop children knocking on my door, because I don't do Halloween. But seeing as it's Halloween, it is the 24th anniversary of Prince Nassim Hamed's victory over Wayne McCulloch in Atlantic City, I believe. So that got me thinking today about who the greatest featherweight champions are. And of course, the other day when I was on my exercise bike, I was watching Salvador Sanchez's 1980, I believe, rematch with Danny Little Red Lopez, and he was a fantastic fighter. He is one of my favourites to watch. I like watching his old fights. It's just a shame he died so young. He never got a chance to get in there with Eusebio Pedrosa or Barry McGuigan. They would have been fantastic fights. I mean, he had a great short career as it was. He was already a Hall of Famer anyway. Yeah, with Azuma Nelson, Little Red Lopez, Wilfredo Gomez, people like that. So it just got me thinking about the top featherweights in the world. Obviously, Pedrosa. Barry McGuigan was an Irish icon, absolutely. But I don't know, his title reign was pretty underwhelming compared to other guys. I mean, to win a world title was difficult, especially back then. So I wouldn't put him in the top 10. But Prince Nassim Hamed, a lot of people slate him. I enjoyed him. He was a gobby prick, and no one didn't particularly like him as a child. But he put asses in seats, and he usually backed things up. It went downhill with him after he left Brendan Ingle, in my opinion. He got lazy in training and just used to go for the knockout all the time. He neglected the basics. And then, of course, Barrera took care of him. Barrera, I know he didn't have a huge featherweight career. Eric Morales, another one, fantastic fighters. You know, Terry McGovern, if you go way, way back, he was another one that, I mean, obviously, I wasn't alive then. But from what I've read over the years about him, he was another featherweight that everybody went mad over. So yeah, I was just out here hiding from children and having a smoke and thinking about the fight game now. I watched the Lomachenko fight this weekend. I wasn't overly impressed with him. I put a lot of that down to ring rust and perhaps underestimating Jermaine Ortiz. It was a good fight. Lomachenko deserved the win. A lot of people have been saying that Ortiz got robbed. I don't think so. And then, of course, Haney got in the ring and he wants to fight Lomachenko. Yeah, I think that fight will happen down the line. I mean, if Lomachenko's going to stay at lightweight, well, he's got to fight him because he's got all the belts. So he will have to fight him at some point. I'd like to see him fight Lopez in a rematch, just to prove the doubters wrong, because I personally think he could have won that. He took too long to get going in that fight. He could have had that, because he bossed kind of that second half, or the last sort of third of the fight, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's just a thought, really. And I'm really looking forward to this weekend's fight. WBA super light middleweight champ, light heavyweight. What am I talking about? Light middleweight, light heavyweight champion Dimitri Bivol defending against Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. Really looking forward to that one, and it's a fucking brilliant undercard as well. Shout out our own Chantel Cameron and Jessica McCaskill for all the belts. Vacant IBF super featherweight title, I believe. Yeah, I believe a couple of the EFI brothers are on there as well, so I'm really looking forward to that one. But the main thing today, as you know, I've been fed up and sick to death of this Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora bollocks. No one really. If they ask, think about it. No one wants to see this fight. We've already seen it twice before. You know what's going to happen. I said before, I don't understand how Chisora got the opportunity. It reminds me a little bit of Hay against Fraudley Harrison back in 2010. It's just a cash-in, and they're going to make a pretend rivalry just like those two did. And they're going to try and hype everybody up to believe that Chisora is going to pull the upset off. I can see it. I can see what's going to happen. And they're all in the media, and they're going to get everyone hooked, like Hay did when he fought Harrison. Got everybody built up, and everybody was excited. And, could he do it? Yes, And then he wiped him out, and it was an abysmal performance from Harrison. And everyone booed the shit out of it. And Eddie Hearn was behind that as well. So, yeah, my friend Eddie, I'm getting less and less pleased with Mr. Hearn as time's going on, especially with his Conor Benn stuff and him contradicting past comments about drug cheats in boxing. Oh, they should be banned for life, no questions asked. Now he's like, oh, well, we don't really know, and it's all trace amounts. So shut the fuck up, you idiot. But I was watching True Geordie on YouTube. Check him out if you haven't already. He's fucking brilliant. He did an interview with Tyson Fury, which has gone quite viral because True Geordie was asking Mr. Fury, basically trying to justify, why you fighting Chisora. We've already seen it, and you've beaten him easily. And Fury lost his rag a little bit. And I was always told by people wiser than I that in an argument or a debate, if you raise your voice, you swear, or you resort to name calling, you've lost the argument. And I'll let you watch it for yourself if you haven't already. That's exactly what Fury does. And then he struggles to log off his phone to end the call, which is even funnier. So check that out. It's funny as hell. But yeah, they're robbing the public. I keep saying it. I sound like a scratch record, but they keep saying it. He keeps trying to sell it as if Derek Chisora could really pull an upset off. We know he can't. And it's a disgrace. And the fact that they're putting it on pay-per-view is even worse, because it is absolutely disgraceful. It's a piss take. They're robbing the fans. They're robbing the public. Why didn't he just wait for 6 months to fight Usyk, or Joshua later, whatever? But no. It winds me up quite a lot, to be honest, and it bugs me. So yeah, check out that True Geordie on YouTube. Fucking brilliant. It's funny. Yeah, I haven't laughed quite as hard. I mean, it's funny because when the interview starts, you can see Fury's agitated about something anyway. Yeah, you just his facial expressions and his body language. He's wound up, and it's probably because he's had endless challenges. Why you fighting Chisora? This is bullshit, and he's desperately trying to cling on to that. Oh, it's going to be a great fight. Oh, I'm in real peril. We all know it's bullshit. I mean, and I still don't know how Chisora got the opportunity. Who's he beat? He beat a 40-year-old Kubrat Pulev by a razor-thin decision. And it was a dreadful fight, in my opinion. They were holding... I mean, if you watch the highlights, it looks like a real Hagler-Hearns war. But when you actually watch the whole thing, it was awful. Huffing and puffing and blowing and hugging on, holding on to each other like a pair of long-lost lovers. Nah. Not for me. I've got nothing. Again, I keep saying I've got nothing against Chisora. He's been a very brave and entertaining fighter over the years, but he's proved he's not world level. He's European level at best. I mean, Hay knocked him out. White's knocked him out. He's been beaten by Pulev. He was beaten by Klitschko. And twice by Fury. So it's a joke. And there's another statement that Fury made which tickled me, was that he says he wants to make history. This is a history making fight, because he's going to be the first heavyweight champion to have had 2 trilogies, obviously Wilder and then Chisora. And straight away I was like, well, that's fucking rubbish straight away, because Ali had 2 trilogies, with one with Joe Frazier and one with Ken Norton. And I thought about it even further and thought, Evander Holyfield had 2. He had one with Riddick Bowe and one with John Ruiz. So straight away, that's a lie. It's just, I don't know what he's up to. Wasn't he just fucking admit it? Look, this is a warm-up fight. It's a keep busy fight. Fine. But don't lie and pretend it's something it's not. I know they're trying to sell tickets. I get it. It's a business. I understand. But don't insult everybody's intelligence. Still. It's just something else for me to be wound up about, I suppose. But yeah, check out that True Geordie on YouTube. I mean, I like all his other stuff anyway. Paulie Malignaggi's one as well, Paulie TV. That's funny as well. He doesn't pull a lot of punches. So, right, thanks for listening. That's enough out of me. I'll let you get back to doing whatever you're doing. And stay safe and enjoy the fights this weekend.